tortured. Whoever gave a fuck about an ant? Even people that love, you could be saving a horse's life and smack a goddamn fly on the ground.
It's true. So you're a horse surgeon and you've murdered a fly.
So yeah, it's gotta be something other left for these flies and these ants.
It's true. It's true. I totally forgot to post shit to social
2020.
media.
We speak for the ants.
We speak for the ants, says Toby, and we do. We do.
And and the flies. Just the forgotten, the fallen and forgotten, the real veteran.
Yeah, the real veterans. I don't know how this is going to turn out. We'll see. But anyways, hey guys, welcome to A Drink and a Joint episode 66.
Yeah.
We're going to be, I hope you guys had like a decent Valentine's Day yesterday.
Yeah, did you do anything?
We spent the day at the house together, just kind of like doing shit.
I did some bomb ass. I did some steak and eggs yesterday. Real late night.
Yeah.
Put a ton of hot sauce in it, peppers, onions, and shit.
Nice.
I know this is bad, but I've been throwing some almond milk and shit in because I used to try to use milk with my eggs.
Yeah.
Because I like those hotel eggs.
Like fluffy, super fluffy.
I know it's shitty to say, but some of the best eggs I've ever had in my life have been at, like, hotels in the morning.
But I don't like it when they do them still kind of wet. I don't like kind of wet eggs.
Not that. But if they do it right, it's like in these little slits. It's like, I'm not sure how they do it like that. I've tried a million times. But I end up getting these kind of like, what would I call them? Grit-like eggs. They're like grits.
Okay.
Like I put the almond milk in there and then cook with the pieces.
Yeah. And
I whip the entire time. I don't let it sit.
Okay.
And it kind of makes a grit like.
Okay, that's cool.
Good.
That's cool. I've been doing mine like I'll just whip them up in a bowl first. I'll salt and pepper them in the bowl and then scramble them that way. Cause like so y'all, I'm on day 8 of the carnivore diet, and it's going really well. It's going really well. I am kind of tired of only tasting meat and
dinner?
Water. What's for dinner tonight? Steak.
No, beef.
Oh, beef. It is what's for dinner tonight and the next night and the rest of the nights.
Until an unforeseeable future.
But it's weird, man. I don't feel
the unforeseeable. I like that better.
Oh, so we were talking about eggs. So like, because I've already cooked a steak and bacon on the pan, so it's got bacon grease. So it's already lubed up with bacon grease and fond, like the burnt bits of the meat. So that's already there, and that gets cooked into my eggs. It's so good. That. So like I've made my steak and I've got my bacon and I've got them set off to the side. And what I always do is I pat them because I don't like oily shit. I don't like my shit being like wet with grease. So I lay them off onto napkins, my steak and my bacon, and then I take another napkin. No, dude, I do rare.
Okay.
I do rare most of the time. I do rare to medium rare.
But you don't like the outside juice, the oils.
I don't like it being covered in grease.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because like it doesn't. Just because you cook it in that doesn't mean you have to keep it on there. Because like that's bad.
I do that with most things. I do it with pizzas when they're nasty.
You just sop it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta sop it, man, because that shit'll fuck you up.
Like some traditional style pizzas will be good with it on there.
Right. Like if you go to New York and you get a genuine New York slice,
you want that oil.
You want that New York oil. You want that rat oil.
Grease.
Yeah. But so like I'll set my steak and my bacon off to the side, and I'll put another napkin on them and like press and just get that juice out of there.
Yeah.
And then I'll even do that with the eggs.
Which will help them be a little more crispy too. You know?
Yeah, it will. That's what dries your bacon up, makes it crispy. And then I'll once that's done, I will take my eggs and I'll turn the stove off. And then since my skillet's already hot, like I just pour the eggs on, and the eggs cook like immediately.
Yeah.
And then I just like flip them over like a fluffy omelet kind of thing and fold them in on each other and like cinch the sides and then toss that shit on my plate, pat it with a napkin. It's gorgeous. It's been good. It's been good so far. I miss potatoes, man.
Really?
I miss potatoes so bad. And I really miss vegetables. I miss a salad. It'd be awesome to have like a light chicken salad. But even then, like I don't feel sluggish at
Chicken
all
salad,
after I eat.
yeah.
I'm not feeling any kind of fatigue after I eat. I only
Yeah.
feel good. I only feel energy. Like when I wake up in the mornings, I feel a little detoxy. But if I chug some water and like have a cup of coffee and then just keep chugging water and then I take my supplements, I feel fine until
Yeah.
and then I have to work out. So like I'll walk the dogs a mile and a half on a loop. I walk them on that loop twice a day, so I'm walking at like 3 miles a day.
That's good.
So that happens. So I'll do that and then I'll come home.
So that happened.
Well, no, I'll do that and then I'll come home and I'll lift weights. I have a circuit that I do with weights.
Yeah.
And so I come home and I do that and then I make my first meal. And then, work out a little bit periodically throughout the day if I think to. Other than that, I'm working on music or helping my wife with shit.
Yeah.
And then make another one. I'm spending a lot of my time cooking
Yeah.
now.
I see that.
Which is cool. I like cooking.
Yeah.
And like just like the
I like
fact that
cooking
my
meat.
house smells like bacon and steak all the time now is great.
That's
I
too
fucking
low.
love it. You trying to have it in your lap like it's your dick mic? Have a dick mic. Toby's like, the first time I can finally lick my own dick.
Wait, now we're gonna get into some weird shit. No,
What?
we don't have
Have
to.
you ever?
No,
Have you
I
ever
wasn't
tried?
able to.
Huh?
I wasn't able to.
When?
I was younger.
I was a younger lad.
Yeah.
Like, were you just able to like?
I could have reached, but I would have probably hurt myself if I tried to do anything.
Okay. What? So were you able to like lick the tip?
I could have done a lot. Nah. Well, who would do that though? For real? People act like they would. You would not suck your own dick.
Right.
I don't see
Right.
that being as fun as people are like, I wouldn't have a girlfriend if I could suck my own dick. Like, I think you'd hate yourself.
Do you trust your ability to suck a dick?
Well, I just think you'd end up hating yourself.
Because
Like-
of the dick sucking, or
Well, now
because
you're
of the
in a
fact that
relationship with
yourself?
yourself.
Yeah, now you are in
It's like, I
a
fucking
strictly
hate
sexual
you.
relationship with yourself.
Anytime you're like feeling down and hating yourself, there's no counteracting energy. I'm just thinking about more of the relationship part of it.
Yeah, yeah. The way to deal.
It's an extra person to deal with.
Yeah,
Me
there's-
again.
Yeah,
Damn.
you on another scale.
A lot of people say because there's like asexual people, but then there's people that believe they're dating themselves.
Mm.
So like asexual normally they don't even
care.
practice
Yeah.
sex or even with themselves or anything. But the other ones are like fully like I said in a relationship with each other. They would suck their own dicks. That would be the type of people that could do it.
So does this person like
dating.
just strictly
Me myself and Irene
masturbate with the
style.
stranger style?
Now you think Jim Carrey would suck his own dick? I could probably see that.
He
'Cause
probably could.
I mean, he's probably got enough characters in his head to make it not seem.
Now,
like
do
a
you
big
believe that
deal.
Marilyn Manson had a rib removed to suck his own dick?
That was a thing? I remember hearing about that.
It wasn't
Is
just
it
to look
real?
weird. Is it real? Did he really have a rib removed to fellatiate himself?
I've heard of like models doing that.
But why?
To look skinnier or something, you know.
But
shit
no,
like
it just looks
that.
like you're missing some ribs.
Oh, there's something about the look, I guess, of like not too many ribs. It's hot. It's hot. It looks like she got massive surgery.
It's hot. It's so hot.
Why is surgery look like I do not feel like I mean there's probably good jobs, you know, good face jobs and stuff like that, but I don't think I've ever seen someone male or female
I ain't never seen it.
that I could tell that they got a job, but I thought it was good or even heard.
Yeah.
Like if you can tell it's bad, I feel like even if it looks good. Do you know what I mean? Even
Right.
if it looks traditionally good, it just doesn't look natural.
It's that uncanny valley thing. It's like your brain
Kinda
knows
looks
something's
robotic.
your
Yeah.
brain knows something's off.
Yeah.
But mostly for the people that deal with that, it's a form of body dysmorphia.
Yeah.
It's like they see the world that way, or like they feel like because finding out that women do like the injections and stuff in their face so they don't have wrinkles.
Yeah.
But what it does is like your face naturally forms
You'll
wrinkles
look.
because it moves. So like
It's
what
getting
what they're
closer to the ground
well what
all the
they're
time.
doing is they're numbing and killing nerves
Yeah.
in their face,
So they can't move them.
so they can't move it.
Yeah.
Therefore,
Create the wrinkles.
no wrinkles. But that's so unnatural.
But
There's no expression.
Yeah.
But there's
That's when it goes
also
far, yeah.
there's also a thought in that people lose the ability to empathize because like your face conveys so much of your emotion that people think that without being able to convey that emotion, you lose those emotions. You lose the ability to feel empathy or sympathy for people
Whoa.
because you can't communicate it with facial expressions. How do you feel about that? There's validity to it. I mean, like,
Because how does that make them feel the emotion more? Just because they feel it in their face, and so it affects them deeper. Because they would still be feeling it inside, just a single tear come down on a blank face.
But if your reality is distorted to the point where you feel like you have to inject things into your face to neutralize the muscles so you can't make wrinkles, there's already like some pre-existing condition. There's already something there. So like your ability to feel certain types of feelings may be hindered already. You know what I'm saying? Because I know neither of us can
Yeah.
really put ourselves in that position because I know neither of us would get work done. You know what I mean? We're not the type of people that would do that. So like I'm asking you to like think about what it would be like to be in that space of like
I think it'd be a
needing
great
that.
movie pitch. Call it Botox, and it's about this woman who used to be a model, and then like her life fell apart, and she thought it was because of how she looked, so she got like way too much work done, and then you see slowly that all her emotions start fading because she can't feel them, and then it ends with the single tear thing on the straight face. Just a
Oh, that's
single
good. We
tear.
could turn that into a short film for sure.
And that was the last emotion she had, was that tear falling down.
And then she
Right before
died.
She died.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
I guess.
And then she
I don't know.
died.
I mean, she died, like inside for sure.
Like just inside. She's only dying inside. Don't
mean,
act like it's.
She looks fine.
But
It's
she's
all
dead.
inside, but she's dead inside.
She's dead inside.
It's a great phrase. I respect it.
Do you though? Do you respect it?
People that are dead inside.
Yeah. You're like, yeah, I love it. Fucking love
I
it.
feel it. I feel for them. Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor. What you got flavor in that?
Vanilla bean.
Kind of a sip.
Nah, dude.
All right.
This will be like your sugar for the day. They load this shit up. I mean, of course you can. I'm not
No,
gonna-
it's fine. You told me no, it's cool.
it's for your own good.
I appreciate
You're not
that.
taking supplements and shit that don't have fruit in them. So I mean, shit. It's a bean. Carbs,
You're right.
man.
You're right. Damn. What's going on with my fucking service in here? I'm trying to
All right.
get to some shit.
What are you trying to
But-
look at?
I'm trying
Damn.
to-
This is so weird that we do this in front of a camera, that we just
What?
hang out.
No, it's cool. That's like the thing. Let's see here.
I mean, most of these things we'd be talking about anyway.
Yeah.
So it was Valentine's Day.
It was yesterday. Yesterday 'twas Valentine's Day. We're recording this on the 5th,
What do you
15th.
think? What do you think about Valentine's Day?
I'm not
Is it a
super.
bullshit holiday?
It is.
Yeah.
It's another bullshit holiday. I mean, it's nice if you want to take the day to like, if you
time.
spend some time with your person, with your significant other, your husband, your wife, your boyfriend, your girlfriend,
The person you got tied up in the basement. Whoever.
yeah, whatever you're doing. No, it's definitely good for that if you actually want to use it for that purpose. I don't agree with any of the consumerism aspect of any holiday. I don't like the fact that just big box stores want to like just sell you shit. It's like, eat candy whenever. You don't have to just
Oh, yeah.
yeah, chocolates are for all the time.
All the time. Every
And,
day. Well-
you shouldn't just buy your significant other roses on one day. It's like if don't just be the person that goes to church on Christmas. You know what I mean? It's that kind of thing.
Weekend warrior.
Yeah, don't you act like you give a shit on one day of the year.
Lover is a good.
Weekend lover, weekend lover. Yeah, that's good. All right.
It'd be Jackson style.
Now we're gonna just workshop this song.
Janet Jackson style.
Oh yeah.
You thought I meant Michael.
You thought I meant Michael, but you was
Sexist.
wrong. Okay, so what do you think of Valentine's Day, Toby? It's a delicious ass vanilla drink.
You're looking, staring down.
I haven't got to taste flavors, Toby. I haven't had flavors
Meat
in
is
8 days.
Flavor.
It is just a
It's
flavor. Yeah, I mean, like, I know what steak, bacon, and eggs taste like.
That's all you remember.
That's all I can remember. I had a
Yeah.
couple chicken breasts, but it didn't sit right with me.
That's weird.
It is weird. I think it's
you
just.
used to love chicken.
I do love chicken. It just
Well,
wasn't sitting gelling right with all the red meat. You know what I mean?
Coffee and frothy. You know, that's just what the genius just comes out sometimes.
Yep, and I can't even drink. Can't even.
I feel like I should have
drink.
a big, like, burger over here just taunting you with everything.
But no, I could have
you
some
love.
of that. I'd be like, bring me off a piece of that
Bread,
burger.
yeah, with the
bread?
bread on
You're
it.
like bread.
Just
I was like- Toby's eating fucking half a
Baguette.
loaf of. Okay.
baguette, suck on dick style.
Oh, bro, if it
Oh,
was a
man.
Jimmy John's baguette,
You're like,
the
I'd
bread's
break
pretty
character.
good, man.
Do you ever use break character in real life?
Do you ever break character in real life?
No, do you ever use the term in your head? Like, shit, I just broke character. Do you ever? Well, it's like, oh yeah, never mind.
I can't confirm nor deny.
Okay, yeah. Politician style. That's how we do it. So,
What do you
about
think-
starting a religion?
What do you think about Valentine's Day, Toby?
How do you say avoiding the question? No, Valentine's Day is pretty boring of a holiday.
What's
I mean, it's like
compared to what?
I mean, but it's a romantic. You know, I like the whole idea of like fucking extra, hanging out, watching.
Oh, yeah.
shit like that.
There's always like, you know, if you got somebody and it's Valentine's Day and you've been showing them that you care, give them a fuck.
you know, give them a pumping,
Give them a pumping.
pumping and the romping.
Maybe
Or-
sometimes for dudes, that's when you get the anal. Maybe
Yeah.
if you go all out, maybe that's when you get that
One
ass
time-
card.
But chocolates are for every day.
Chocolates,
No,
chocolates and
I'm
balloon
not really a
knots is for
chocolate guy.
every day.
it depends on what kind of chocolate.
More of a
type.
white fudge fella.
Hmm. Like, I'm not sure if I like your comparison, but I don't know what you're talking about, so maybe I do.
More of a peanut butter fudge fella.
Yeah. Ooh, chunky. You like it chunky. Okay. So, yeah, never use chunky peanut butter as lube. That's a side note.
Yeah, only creamy. And
And,
only
you
the
know,
oil from the top if you
So
can.
if you do it American Pie style or whatever, just get the smooth. You know?
But anyways, so you think Valentine's Day is just meh? Other than the
No, I love the
pumping.
fuck. Yeah.
You're like, no, I love fucking.
Steak
Let
and
me-
fucking shit. Yeah.
Okay, so what do you have for what was your Valentine's Day dinner?
How was the fajitas?
It was the fajitas.
Which that
Okay.
was real. That was what was hard for me. Is like because you order fajitas, and there's tortillas,
Yeah.
tortilla chips,
Yeah.
and rice and beans.
Yeah,
All this shit that I just love dipping in each other.
yeah,
That was the hardest thing. Just to have it sitting right there.
yeah.
I can't have it that close.
Is she doing it with you?
No.
No,
Not-
she's eating whatever she wants.
Well, she's the meals that I eat a lot,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, she's gonna eat that shit. But someone had to eat it.
Yeah. Would you have a fancy dessert?
Yeah, cheesecake. Yeah, cheesecake.
Ooh, I miss
Good, and some
cheesecake.
wine.
Ooh, I miss
It was
wine
like-
too. It's all
You're like,
the
I
shit I
forgot
can't
about
have.
wine.
Oh fuck,
Yeah,
Oh, man.
cheesecake's pretty decadent, you know.
dude. So Ivy's making me a carrot cake cheesecake for my birthday.
That'd
so
be good.
it's like
Didn't
like
y'all make a cheese a carrot cake before?
yeah, we've made some carrot cake
I
before.
feel like I've had some vegan carrot cake from you.
Well, you've
guys.
definitely had our vegan chocolate cake,
Okay.
which was good. But it's So you've got 2 layers of carrot cake, and they are sandwiching a
We've
layer
been talking
of
about food a
cheesecake.
lot.
That's fine. I don't care.
I'm hungry.
It's it's a lot of my life right now. Is just like what I'm eating.
Yeah.
Like while I'm making a lifestyle change, you know.
Hashtag.
Hashtag
lifestyle change.
living your best life. But it's carrot cake, cheesecake,
my best
carrot
now.
cake,
That'd be
and then it's got cream cheese
Ooh.
frosting and pecans like on it, and it's gonna be like crispy on the bottom. Oh my god!
You like pecan pie?
Hell yeah, I like pecan pie.
I'm down with it too.
Yeah, bro. What else are you?
I'm more of a pie guy. I don't like cakes.
Now, see, I do love a pie,
I don't like cakes. Are just like
but
make
like
me want to throw up.
the fucked up.
icing and the
Oh really?
the
Too
thick-
too sweet for
it's
you?
Too thick and
I love
too
it.
much.
I'm such a
A
fat
good
boy.
either a cheesecake or like a key lime pie is like my
Dude,
favorite.
I fucking hate. I don't like the
I
tart. I
love
don't like
key
the
lime.
sourness or the
lemon
bitterness.
meringue
Now, lemon
pie,
meringue. I
another
love
one.
lemon most anything.
Yeah.
Like lemon bars, lemon cookies, lemonade.
Yeah.
Love that shit. Like lemon. Like even like kind of maybe even like a lemon pastry of sorts that has like a lemon reduction in it. That's just good. Or like
What's the rich version that life gives you? Like if life gives you lemons, throw them out and go buy some creme brulee.
yeah.
Some shit.
My favorite will always be Paul Rudd from Forgetting Sarah Marshall. It's like, when life gives you lemons, say, fuck the lemons and bail.
That is one of the best ones.
I'm going to name you Pipioe. You sound like you're from London.
I like
That's
how
fine.
You looked up, and it was just funny to me. He was reminiscing about watching that movie.
And it's just Paul Rudd's
He's like,
parts. I'm just cycling through his parts in my
Yeah.
head. But anyways, so back to fucking Valentine's Day. I think, Toby, you have something.
Pies.
Oh, pies. We were talking about pies. So, so I'm not
We're just
really.
on
I don't
pies
like.
now.
I don't like key lime pie.
Damn, that one that depresses me. Like how
Dude, it's bitter. I don't like the bitterness on the end. I want my sweets to be sweet. I don't like the
So
bitterness.
it's the best dessert.
But you also, you probably like chase it with some whiskey, and it's
Fuck
like
yeah, key lime pie and whiskey. Dude.
yeah, it makes sense because of the
Yeah.
bitterness in the key lime
Yeah.
pie. It
I
makes
throw
sense.
oysters in there too.
The
just to
fuck
get
is the
freaky
matter
as
with you?
fuck.
Just to get freaky
Hot
as fuck,
sauce
and
with
then I'm pulling
oysters.
my dick out.
Key lime
Do you
pie.
understand
Dick
me?
outs the whole time.
Yeah.
Dick outs for everyone.
Yeah.
Get a round of dick outs.
Dick out is not just for Valentine's Day or Halloween
Yeah,
or
just like
all the other
chocolate.
holidays.
But every day.
It's for every day, dick out.
Yeah. Every day, hashtag dick out. I'm just hashtagging shit now. in real life.
Yeah, next time we look over at Toby, he's just like
Just a
zoned
hashtag.
out on Percocets with sunglasses on, just speaking in hashtags.
Yeah. That's like blessed.
Y'all.
I don't even say the hashtag anymore. I just
Yellow.
use it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn. I forgot about that phrase.
Sorry, but I have to be able to eat a whole pie. If there's no way pie is getting left for the next day if I'm around a
See,
pie.
even an apple pie is a little too decadent, but I'm down with a good apple
What
pie.
what about a cobbler? What about like an apple cobbler or
I
a
don't
peach
know.
cobbler?
That's at the edges of where it's like close to cake for me.
Cobbler's not
Too
cake.
much.
It's too much breading.
Too much shit.
What do you mean?
I like simple
A cobbler's basically a pie.
flavors. Like even with sweet stuff, I like salty sweet stuff.
Okay, so you'd have like a salted caramel cake.
Don't like caramel.
You'd
I
have
would
a
some salted chocolate pie.
salted chocolate pie.
It sounds, I don't know.
I
don't
mean,
even like
chocolate
chocolate
pies
that
are
much.
weird.
Yeah.
Because it's basically just like pudding
Yeah.
in the pie.
That's not even the best.
No, I really enjoy. So what else? What kind of pies are there? I really like. I like a pumpkin pie if it's done fucking
I like
perfect.
a sweet ham. That's my version of dessert.
Ham. Toby just greasy as hell.
Yeah. More
Like,
dessert.
Yeah,
It's ham, but it's sweet.
but it's sweet.
It's honey ham.
brown sugar, honey.
Oh yeah.
Just rubbing it
Salted
on your
beef.
stomach.
What have you had today? Salted meats.
Yeah, that is what I've had. But that's one thing too, is I haven't felt greasy. Like my skin has actually cleared up.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Well, maybe because you're dabbing a lot of the grease off.
But even then, I'm still eating the shit.
Yeah.
and getting it on my hands and on my face, but like I don't feel it.
Yeah.
It's weird. Yeah.
It's a good
strange.
Valentine's Day conversation.
Right. So what oh yeah, we were going to talk about the origins of Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day.
I feel like we've already talked about it.
We haven't though. You and I have.
Yeah.
But we haven't like told them.
Yeah, pull it up here.
Pull it up here.
Let's see what's up.
On this one.
Yeah, so apparently Valentine's Day did not start out as nice and friendly as you would think. Will you scroll for me?
I guess.
I don't know that scrolling technique.
You scroll down to go down.
I don't like that.
You like to scroll up to go down?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Like
but,
on your phone.
right.
Yeah. It's weird. It's like when people reverse your controller thing.
Yeah.
I can't play. Like I just opt out.
I put it down.
So yeah.
And I
scroll
retreat
down.
into myself and then I cry a little bit.
Yeah, I've got
Scroll down, you
Yeah.
say? Okay.
So we don't know exactly when the holiday started. I read somewhere that it was in like 845, some shit like that.
Oh,
year
shit.
808, something like that. But the Romans through February 13th to 15th celebrated a feast of Lupercalia.
Yeah,
I don't know how-
Lupercalia.
Yeah, it's a big party. And let's see, they sacrificed a goat and a dog, then whipped the women with hides of the animals they had just slain.
Oh shit! So they're skinning goats and dogs.
So they're killing them, skinning them, fashioning whips really quick with blood. Like this is not even time to dry out. You know, you want to get a good, you want to get that hide,
You want that
like
snap.
nice and, you want to, let
You
it
want
dry
that
out.
snap when you
Yeah.
smack that
It's
ass
gonna
with
be-
that whip. Yeah. Yeah.
It's gonna
I
be
mean,
a-
it's still gonna hurt.
I'm
It's gonna be
practicing
more
sound
heavy.
Yeah, thwap. It's just full of blood though. It's just like
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
squishy. It's like they could ring it up like wet towel.
I mean, it's gonna bruise.
yeah.
It'll,
And so they're
it'll
whipping
bruise.
some booties. I'm hoping it's not that. I mean, these were Romans. They're probably whipping
beating
them
the
all
shit
over.
out
Yeah.
of them. There's
Probably
beating the
shitty.
shit out of these women.
But I mean, in my head, it was just a bunch of girls
Okay.
bent over with their asses out, and they were just going down the line like smack, 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 smack.
Yeah.
And it was a good time in my head. But now reading this further, seems like it was morbid.
Yeah. Seems pretty
And
bad.
I should have got it from the title "Dark Origins of Valentine's Day," but it didn't hit me yet. So the Roman romantics were drunk and they were naked. A historian at Boulder says, "Okay."
Yeah.
He's like, I know these guys. We were freaky. I mean, they were freaky. They believed it would make them fertile. The women,
Okay, so the women would line up and
the blood, maybe
to be okay. They were fine with being beaten with these things. Okay.
But what does that mean? The brutal feat included a matchmaking lottery in which young men drew the names of women from a jar. This is even more fucked up, but the couple would then be coupled up for the duration of the festival or longer if the match was right. So you
Okay, so
had to
that's-
live out the 3 days, though, or 2 days.
So Lupercalia means that you beat women with dead goat and dog hides, and then you draw a name, and then you fuck them for the next 2 days.
See if it works.
Okay.
But what if it doesn't work instantly? You're like, God, it's been a long festival this year.
She talks so much.
Can I do over? Can
Is
I
it-
get a
Or can I like?
Pixies backsies here?
Can I beat her to death with one of the hides?
Yeah. What if I accidentally slip up? What are the repercussions?
What's
that we're
gonna
looking
happen
at?
to me?
Yeah.
Because that's what I care about. What's gonna happen
Do I have
to
to
me?
kill this one? This one.
Can we just make this go away?
What do I pay you for? You don't pay me.
I love it.
Ancient Romans may also be responsible for the name of our modern day of love. Emperor Claudius II executed 2 men, both named Valentine, on February 14th. Different years. In the 3rd century, their martyrdom was honored by the Catholic Church with the celebration of Saint Valentine. What did they do? It didn't even say, were one of those the Saint Valentine?
I think
That's
that
what
they're saying.
the Catholic Church celebrates, right? Is Saint? He was a saint.
Well, I think that they sainted both of these men.
Okay. And that dude didn't like Catholics,
I guess Emperor Claudius wasn't about it. Let's see here. So that's crazy that it started out with women beaten. And what do feminists think about that? Feminists in our audience.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about like women lining up to be beaten with hides
Yeah.
to improve their fertility, and then just being shacked up with the dude who drew her name out of a jar?
Well, I mean, it's a like really brutal key party.
Yeah, right.
Right,
It
you
is like
know?
a swingers party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, if it was a little more toned down, it could be cool.
Okay.
But,
But then again,
well, I'm
what's-
saying if everyone was cool with it and it wasn't as brutal,
okay. So
it'd
since
just
Luke,
be like a crazy party.
so they executed these two dudes in the middle of their Lupercalia.
Yeah.
So these two dudes were executed on the 14th. So it was 13 to the 15th. So on the 14th, they executed these two men named Valentine, and then
It's
the
suspicious.
Catholic
Something's up.
Church sainted them or canonized them. Isn't that what it's called when they turn you into a saint? Canonized, I think, something like that. And then they decided to
keep the
celebrate
tradition
Saint
on, but,
Valentine's Day.
like-
But where does the love thing? So I
Yeah, now
understand
you
that
can
it's
go back to one of the others there because it was. I remember it was brought back at a certain point with a more romantic ideal.
yeah. So it's probably like the 50s or
Well, there was I mean, Hallmark did actually do the Americanized bring back of this holiday. But it was before then, I think, when they brought it back as a romantic. Let's see. The story of the patron saint, shrouded in mystery. We do know that February has been celebrated as a month of romance. It's Black History Month, man. What are you talking about?
yeah, right.
Catholic Church recognizes at least 3 different saints named Valentine or Valentinus. Valentina, you got a Tinus. Let's see
Valentinus.
what this ancient rite. Let's see. They started in the 3rd century, yeah, and that's when that emperor killed those dudes.
Okay.
And still others insist it was Saint Valentine of Tournai, a bishop who was the true namesake of the holiday. He true was beheaded. Okay, so maybe he was one of the Valentine. Oh wait, yeah, maybe he was one of the Valentines. And Saint, they were both saints. It looks like.
Okay.
Other stories suggest that Valentine may have been killed for attempting to help Christians escape harsh Roman prisons, where they were often beaten and tortured. According to one legend, an imprisoned Valentine actually sent the first Valentine greeting himself after he fell in love with a young girl, possibly his jailer's daughter.
That's just a motherfucker sending a love note. Nope.
His name was Valentine, and
So
he
he
sent
sent-
a love letter.
He sent a love, but that doesn't mean that's not a
He
Valentine's
was a
card.
saint.
That's
How-
not a
how is it
Valentine
not?
card. But it's like you're asking people to be your Valentine. That's fucked up. You're asking people to be your Italian dude
To be my Valentine.
because his name is Valentine. So you're asking someone
You're
to
asking someone to give up their life in martyrdom
yeah.
for you. You're asking
Yeah.
for sacrifice.
Would
from
you
them.
die for
Would
me?
you die for me? Be
Would
my
you
fucking
die for me?
Valentine?
Yeah, would you be my Valentine? You guys don't even fucking understand how ridiculous it is
Yeah.
when you ask somebody to be your Valentine. We're boycotting Valentine's Day.
Yeah,
It's
now I'm
fucked
turning
up.
on it.
Yeah, fuck
and
this.
be mine. Even.
Yeah.
I mean, it's referencing being my Valentine, but it's very possessive.
Yeah, it's
Either
fucked up.
way, will you be my servant? Because he was a servant of the church and the people, and he was it looked like he was smuggling
Yeah, it's
some
fucked up.
Catholics out.
Dude, this
of
episode's or
Rome.
this fucking website's bogging us down.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I do remember the actual company Hallmark having something to do with it too.
There you go. Yeah, fucking. Let's see what Hallmark had to do with this bullshit.
I remember that they brought it back at some point.
I'm bringing it back. You really shouldn't. I'm bringing it back.
You mean the one where we hit women? Yeah,
Fuck yeah.
that's the one.
That's the one we like, y'all. It's really the best one. Oh shit.
I don't know. You find anything?
Not quite. So you don't have anything on that yet? Let's see.
No, what? Let's see. Hallmark company.
Let's see. Commercial Valentine's Day. No, that won't. Who?
Commercial, yeah. How Hallmark invented Valentine's Day?
Okay, that seems like the thing.
While Hallmark denies its involvement in the creation of Valentine's Day, we as
No.
marketers know better. It's a brilliant scheme created to sell inventory. Let's see, it's a holiday that forces people to buy flowers, cards. Hallmark Corporation says they can't take credit for it. Often alleged Hallmark holidays includes Grandparents' Day, Secretary's Day, and even Boss's Day.
Who's
Boss's Day?
No, who's that
The whole
for?
reason for Secretary Day is like that's the person that's working hard and not getting paid well enough. The
Right.
boss, every day is Boss's Day because
Every day's boss day because he's the boss.
yeah, he's getting to go on vacations. That secretary's taking a pounding in the workforce. You know,
That's so fucked up. It's
What?
so fucked up that there's a boss's day.
yeah.
Suck a dick, boss's day.
See, approximately 130,
Am I right, guys?
We got 131 million Valentine's Day cards are exchanged on the
Good
day.
God.
They first started offering the cards in 1913. According to the National Retail Federation, the average person celebrating Valentine's Day spent nearly $142. This is an old estimate because it was saying, yeah, but I heard it was like 4 point something billion that was supposed to be spent in America yesterday. It was
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it was a lot this year.
But why? What do you do? Like, a dozen roses cost $10. Fucking chocolates cost.
But yeah, everybody's spending $142. So it's like a big dinner, chocolates,
Right.
Champagne,
Overall,
flowers.
yeah, okay.
So $150 for like a big night of going out and a gift.
Yeah.
You know, and that's not people that that's not even people that buy gifts.
Yeah,
really.
that's not even people that have money.
Yeah, because I mean they're buying a necklace or something. You know, on that day.
I'm a treat you.
Treat your girl.
Every day's for treating your girl.
Chocolates off of every day. That's a new phrase of ours.
Going on a shirt.
It can mean a lot of things. So half of the people in the U.S. buy red roses. How boring. That's why I don't like roses. Like
That's why you don't like it when
I'll
people
buy
get you
some-
roses, Toby.
I'll buy some orchids or
Okay.
like something like that. Like
For you.
just something for me. just me, you know. But I just don't like. I think roses are just like the least amount of thought you can put into anything. Because
Yeah.
flowers is already boring,
Okay.
and on top of that, just to buy red roses, are like,
Man, flowers is boring.
yeah, they're fucky flowers. The red roses, like we
Mm.
should fuck.
Can I
That's pretty much what that means. If I got you a dozen red roses, you wouldn't be like, "What does this mean?" But if I got you some lilies or something, you'd be like, "We're celebrating." You know, it's a celebration flower.
It's a celebration.
What do you throw on a table? Like if you know one of us won the lottery or something. What kind of what flower arrangements do we put at the party? I'm still going.
I'm gonna say
orchid, something. Oh, birds of paradise.
Okay. I was gonna say like
Something
let's
big.
see. Yeah. Let's do something big. Elephant ear fucking plants.
Fuck yeah.
Bring a goddamn magnolia tree up in this bitch.
Yeah.
Full bloom.
Freshly bloomed. Yeah. Like, this morning bloomed, and you chopped it down, brought it in here.
Because don't they only last like a day?
Really?
Something like that. What you mean you not receiving shit, YouTube? You should
Oh,
be.
they've just been shutting it down. Shutting it down.
Well, we're lagging a bit, but I thought that was because of the bullshit.
Yeah. So
Yeah, we should-
Hallmark is running the game on love. They own American love. You know? They
How so?
decide-
How do they own it? Is it just
they
because
decide when you fuck.
they've perpetrated like the fact of like you need to buy someone a card, you need to buy them flowers, you
Well, it's
need
a
to take them
marketing-
out.
What they're saying is a marketing strategy. So they basically they heard about the practice because it was an older practice,
Right.
and they Americanized it and had like guilt campaigns of like basically making you feel like a piece of shit if you didn't buy something on this
Yeah.
day. and which it's like an economy. It almost feels like a bigger thing. It's like a government planned economy boost, which is kind of like what Christmas is to the U.S. I would say, just or the end of the year holiday season in general. Is don't you feel guilted? Like, okay, so if you have kids, all their friends are getting gifts and shit, and you're gonna be kind of guilt stricken into blowing out your pockets.
Yeah, blow out those pockets.
Yeah.
What do you need it for? Money just
it's about to be a new year.
Yeah,
everything's gonna reset.
Yeah, man.
And your kids are gonna hate you.
Money comes back.
You decide whether your kids hate you or not.
Yep. So I bet they do.
I bet they do if you don't buy them this shit.
I bet they fucking hate your guts because that's what we're growing today. We're growing these fucking entitled little
Christmas is like
rats.
that thing because we took an old celebration and then just marketed it to.
Well, most of them
shit.
are fucking pagan holidays, straight up.
And so we just readapted it to boost the economy.
Well, I mean, Christianity is almost paganism.
Yeah. Well, a lot of religions stem from it. And that was a pagan celebration, Valentine's Day, though.
Yeah, the
whipping of the women. That didn't seem very pagan.
Lupercalia.
I thought paganism was like oddly feminist for old religions. I thought I remembered like women could be like leaders and like I felt like they didn't treat their women bad, and there were like whole sections that were ran by women. So I don't know.
Are you getting most of this from 300?
No. I've never paid attention to that movie in my life. How could you? So many abs.
How could you not? There's so many abs. They're all abs. Man. He's got abs, and he's got abs. Look at those abs.
Yeah, it's a little too much naked dude for me.
Okay. Well, there was back in Roman days. There was
so many
a lot of
straight
naked men
like that movie. Like, there's not as much fighting as there is naked guys. Like same Game of Thrones. I'll watch some dick fights to see some fighting.
Okay.
Is it a trade-off, or is it part of it and they can't admit it?
Oh, I don't even fucking know. I assume it's like that uber masculine shit. It's just like, dude's a ripped. I'm a ripped dude. Love this shit. I don't know.
All dudes are obsessed with dicks. They just normally pick one.
Usually theirs.
Well,
what if you meet the one straight dude who's obsessed with someone else's dick?
It's another movie. He's like, I can't even touch myself anymore.
All I think about is Joey's dick.
But I'm married. Happily.
But I'm not gay. I'm not gay. It's just that dick imprinted on me at a young age. That's fucked up.
What, like they had a soft skull?
Just pressed it in like it's that fucking kid cement.
Oh my god. Oh man.
You know what I'm talking about?
The cement is like the top of a baby's head.
What I meant is that stuff that your parents would buy to like get your handprint or your footprint.
I put my handprint in real cement when I was a kid. At our house.
Back in my day, we didn't do it with fake cement. We did it with real cement.
And it'd make your skin burn.
It made your skin burn, and I'd put it on my face and get it in my mouth and my eyes. That was a real...
I did do something weird. I either put my forehead or like, I did something weird. Or maybe, I don't know. Maybe I drew my name after it or something. I don't know. The house is still standing. I always like imagine just robbing them just so I can run through it again.
The house that you grew up in?
The house that Jack built, bro.
The house that Jack built.
Literally, my grandfather did help build that house, and his name's Jack. So that's legit.
Which house?
I don't know. You never seen that? Was in my childhood.
Okay. Where's it at? Oh, I guess. Never mind. You tell me later.
Hudley.
Hudley?
Yeah, that's all I'll say.
Okay.
Like, I know exactly what that is. Yeah. Fucking hackers out there.
Yeah. Because we're who they want. We're totally
they'd
viable.
Be going after someone else because I just said that I don't live here. So, yeah, go ahead and hurt this family.
Murder them. I don't care.
And give me some pictures of what they did with the house. You know what I'm saying?
Just let me see my handprint. That little bit of my forehead because I was too scared to put my face in.
Something weird. too scared to put my face in it. Put your face in it.
No, I'm just gonna dip the forehead.
Oh, imagine about some,
Just your eyebrows.
odd sex thing.
Oh, it's just some weird sex stuff. Don't worry about
I
it.
just use my forehead.
I just rub my forehead on that pussy.
Give her the wrinkles. Give her forehead wrinkles. She like that.
Guys, if you've ever forehead rubbed a pussy, give us a shout in the comments.
Wrinkle fuck,
Let us
you
know.
know?
Reach out.
Oh,
Tweet us and just say yes or no.
Yeah.
No context.
So if we were both like 800 pounds and in a relationship, let's just throw this out there. I want to hear some people that have fucked fat folds. I know that's a bad one.
Okay.
I would love a story where
Okay,
someone was really creative, because it
if-
seems like a fun.
If you listen to
'Cause it's
this
kinda like
and you've
It's
got a
titty
thing for
fucking after you're bored with titties. You start finding new titties.
Well, you fold fucking. Let's not. I mean, we're gonna split hairs on this one, like you're splitting folds. You know what I'm saying? So
grease those folds and let's get at it.
yeah. So it's
That's-
definitely not titty fucking. It's fold fucking.
Yeah, that should be our intro. Welcome, guys. Grease those folds. Let's get at it.
If only we were that structured.
Yeah, to remember what to say at the beginning.
Yeah.
Even that seems like too much work. I mean, honestly, I'm just trying to get some day drinking done.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
all Toby
I don't know
really
why
cares.
y'all
This
are
just
here.
gives Toby an excuse to
Yeah,
cut
just
loose
felt-
on a Saturday afternoon.
way earlier than I should.
And it's fine. It's in the name of the thing.
I literally said, because Zena was laughing at me. She was like, every time you do a podcast, you get super day drunk. I was like, I'm working. I like said it. I mean, kind of joking, but not all the way joking. And I was like, it's in the name.
I have to do it.
But that's just me. That's just me being serious funny. You know, not seriously funny.
I signed a contract.
If I'm not above blood alcohol legal limit by the end of the show, I'll get kicked off. What if we sign contracts like that? So it's like
You have to.
your
be a
eyes
certain
have to
amount
have
of
a
fucked up.
certain amount of veins in them,
Yeah.
and I have to be above legal limit by the time the show ends.
Yeah.
Or you know, they buy us out and they put replacements.
Oh, that'd be fucking weird.
Imagine if both of us were replaced on this show.
That'd be kind of hilarious.
I'd watch it.
I'd still watch
You'd
it.
watch
It'd probably be
people
better.
pretending to be us,
Mm.
but doing it like
Better.
a real show
Mm-hmm. You know, with stuff
with stuff to say.
like and multimedia interactions and different slides. And
hey, why don't we
a
do
Jamie.
that?
Because, dude, apparently we can't really do a whole lot because as soon as we were looking at the fucking browser on here,
We tried to, yeah.
it slows us down, man. We gotta go at a slower bit rate or some shit, and it's just like we
Yeah, maybe
got
could
kind
make
of
a
fucked.
trade-off.
We got kind of fucked on that gaming computer, quote unquote.
Yeah, what kind of game is it for?
Probably fucking
Mind
Dig Dug.
games.
Yeah. I vote Dig Dug.
Did I not bring that? What happened?
What had happened? What had I done? You got him somewhere.
I did, didn't I?
You did. Did you drop him off the side down to the flow?
Oh, yeah.
All right, I called it.
Right.
I'm a goddamn
Psychic.
psychopath.
Yeah, speaking of psychopaths.
Segway.
We have been loving you. I already killed
I've been
it.
loving you too,
Yeah, I said weed. Weed.
but I'm
We've
just
been loving you.
yeah. We've been loving you, the television program on the Netflix.
Mm.
So I guess it's a Netflix program, a streaming program, not a television. It's still on your TV.
Is it? Is it a television show?
It is a television show. It's not a cable show.
It is a show on your television. Sure.
Yes. So anyways, You is a crime drama romance, and it is.
Crime drama romance.
It is a crime drama romance, but I
thought
find
it
it
was funny.
hilarious.
Yeah.
I find
I'm
it fucking
surprised they didn't
hilarious.
Even put comedy in there.
Right. And dude,
list.
so it stars Penn Badgley as Joe Goldberg, who's fucking
Is that his name?
fantastic. Penn
Badgley?
Yeah.
What a weird name.
Doesn't he look like Hayden?
No, he looks like Dennis.
No.
He is playing Dennis from Always Sunny. Like I just in my head, they've had to have seen Always Sunny to cast him. There's a picture of them standing next to each other where they're hugging.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just because of the joke. Because like a lot.
Oh,
of people
really?
were
A
saying
lot
it
of
was
people are
based
saying
on-
that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're standing next to each other. It's like same haircut, same demeanor. When Dennis is being like maniacal,
Yeah.
he's even scarier than the guy in
Than Joe.
Yeah.
But even then, like that's I
And
I
maybe
don't
they
think his thing
purposely
is to
didn't choose
ever.
him because they thought he would come across more funny than they wanted. Because he had to go out for that part.
He probably.
it's Dennis.
Yeah.
Like he's a stalker that tries to own and possess women.
People,
and,
I don't
like,
think people would have been able to really get into the show if it was him.
Yeah,
They would have been
You'd
too
want someone you
distracted
didn't
by
recognize,
who he was.
and you would want to laugh the whole time because
Yeah.
of Dennis.
It's fucking.
Right?
He's doing it. Yeah.
Because that's what I've always wanted ever since we saw him acting like that in Always Sunny. Just like he needs to be a psychopath killer in a movie. You play it perfectly.
Right. But Penn does a great job. I
Mhm.
think he's fucking amazing. His narration,
He plays it a little cooler. I like that.
it's pretty subtle.
Yeah.
He's just like straight-laced good guy. Total white bread, not even a hipster. He's just a book reader. He just reads books.
Yeah.
He's a fucking psychopath.
So what? Okay, jog my memory on like episode 1.
Okay, let's go check that out.
It's been a minute. Was it? So it's Beth. In the
Beck.
First? Beck.
Yeah, her name is
Okay.
Beck.
And Candace, ex-wife, right?
Candace was the ex, yeah. Okay, so the overview of the first episode, the pilot, is a charming first encounter quickly turns into something more nefarious when bookstore manager Joe takes a very strong liking to a grad student, Beck.
Yeah. So they meet in the bookstore.
They met in the
And
bookstore,
She seems intelligent.
and he's immediately following her and like jacking off across the street from her while she's like having sex with a dude in the
Yeah.
apartment. Like,
Was he jacking off outside?
he was like jacking off outside, looking through her
I
window.
remember it. Yeah. Did he have a jacket on or something? And someone bumped into him? Or
Well, like
I feel like someone
an
came
old
out.
woman came
Yeah.
out and he like took the door and like helped her with her groceries with his jacking off hand. Like,
What a nice guy.
he is a really nice guy. That show makes you feel for him in such a
Yeah.
way because
That's why I thought it was genius.
he just loves. He just loves so hard. He's only loving the way he thinks is
I know,
right.
The whole
Like,
time I was like, this dude's a piece of shit. Oh, like I really feel for
because like he's like everything I do for you. But then that's where the crazy is. That's where the crazy is. Where he's like
obsession.
because he's totally an obsessive psychopath.
He can't imagine when he's in love. Well, the fucked up thing is that he's been in love so many times. If
Right.
it was one,
Because he
you could
even
really root
says
for him.
he even
You know what
says
I mean?
that he's like a girl smiles at me and it's on. You know,
Yeah.
he's like when I was a kid, he's like even if a girl smiled at me, I'd just go into
But
fantasy.
he's not like not like Dennis style to where he's on to the next one. He gets really obsessive.
Oh yeah, he sees it through. He's like,
Like-
I want to have you.
Like, see what Dennis wants. Remember from the Dennis system. I didn't know we'd be comparing these characters so much, but from the Dennis system, he wants to make them fall in love with him and love
Right.
him forever, and then leave them.
Right.
And Joe actually wants to. In those moments, he wants to end up with them. Like he sees.
Oh yeah,
them getting
he's like,
married
I'll
and-
tell our kids about this.
Yeah, and so he kind of believes his own bullshit because
Mm-hmm.
a guy that falls in and out of love all the time, like obviously most of them aren't going to work out.
Right.
And he wants to control the situation because he sees it working out in the moment, and goes out of the way and takes things too far because he sees that situations will take her away from him. You know.
Yeah.
So he tries to control all the scenarios where he sees him not being with her, like like Peach. We'll jump to that.
Okay.
You know, like that character that was secretly, he could tell from the beginning that she wanted to control her and was in love
Well,
with her.
And dude, I thought she was gonna call him out way earlier because she was on to him immediately.
She
Immediately.
well, again, but not for the right reason. I think that she was on to him because she saw that Beck really liked him, and she saw him as a threat because she saw herself ending up with Beck. Like
Right.
they weren't gay, but they were best friends, and she was like, in her head, eventually they were gonna end up together if, if
If
she
she
had
could
a bunch
control
of
it
shitty
right.
boys,
Right.
and then she could keep. And she was like, this is a guy that could actually take her from me.
Right.
He's not a piece of shit, but something's up.
Yeah.
Something's right. It's like it's suspiciously good.
What's her name? Who plays Peach? Because she was incredible. She played that role so well.
Yeah.
Shay Mitchell. She did so well. Fuck that. Just playing that bitchy, also kind of a psychopath.
Yeah.
Like
just controlling, trying to
absolutely
really run her world. And she what?
But even then, what's Joe
things,
doing? He's doing the same thing. He's trying to, but he's still trying to cater to her.
Which one of them's more pure? Because like both of them do want what's best for her.
Joe.
You think he's was more
because he wants her to be herself.
Okay,
he's trying to nurture her.
Trying to give her money to go to school and all this stuff, and
was trying to help keep her afloat a little bit. Yeah, but
like
still in the pursuit.
I mean, it was to get her away from him, but I feel like she offered her some overseas big.
She was like, go to Paris. No. So she
like
set her up on the writing deal because she knew
it was a shitty guy that was gonna fuck her, right? This guy was trying to fuck her.
He was gonna fuck her over and then make her want to quit everything and leave everything behind and go with her. But
was she So she wasn't allowing her. Okay, I see what you mean. She wasn't allowing her to be what she wanted to be in life.
Right, but then you got so first off, Benji.
Yeah.
Her boy, kind of her fuck buddy.
Yeah.
At the time,
they'd just been fucking
the soda
dude.
For years. Yeah.
What would he do with what?
He was making organic soda.
Okay.
And then, oh my god, the fucking cage he has is hermetically sealed cage in the basement of the bookstore.
Yeah.
Where he's keeping Benji. And dude, he's so limp-wristed. Joe, he hits so many people in the head and they don't die.
Yeah.
So he fucking hit that dude in the back of the head with a sledge. Should have been enough to kill him. He's fine. He might have a concussion, but he acts fine. He's bleeding like a motherfucker, but no wooziness. He's good.
Yeah.
And then he fucking rocks Peach with a rock. She's fine.
Yeah.
Like 2 days later, she's not even wearing a fucking head bandage thing. And being a cunt.
Oh, that was weird because that worked in her favor because it made her. I can't leave her now. I can't leave her alone.
Well, she's like codependent. But even the whole time, Beck's a bitch. The whole time she was cheating on him and she's like fucking around and not being real.
Even Joe understands those things.
Exactly.
It's like, did he kill Benji because they kept hooking up or because he was?
No, he didn't trust Benji to not rat him out.
Okay. That was the final straw. So he's never actually killed out of jealousy.
And he didn't know that he was going to kill Benji. He thought he might.
I love that we're on this dude.
He thought he might kill Benji because he didn't know if Benji was lying about having a nut allergy. So he put some almond extract in the coffee he gave him. And that's what killed him.
Yeah.
And he was like...
I'm just wondering, the scenarios in which he kills seems to be consistently moral in a way.
To a degree, he can say
to
that
cover his tracks.
Benji was kind of to cover his tracks, but also that he's a shitty dude. He was a piece of shit.
Yeah,
he watched somebody drown and die.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
And so he had kind of reason to kill him then,
Yeah, but also it just behooves him, so it's not really righteous.
But I still saw it as like he still kind of weirdly understood when Beck was sleeping around, even with that doctor dude. What's his name? Dr. Nick, I think.
Dr. Nicky, fucking John Stamos with the fucking most thick carpet beard I've ever seen in my life. Yeah.
Even with that, it's like he didn't trust him, but he kind of understood that she just hadn't found herself yet and couldn't fully give herself to him because she wasn't in that part of her life. So in a weird way,
are you talking about when they remake up after they break up and he's with what was her name?
Just the whole time when he'd find out she was cheating on him, it wasn't like he was jealous. It was just she's not ready.
At first she lied and he bought it. Because that's why they broke up in the first place was because he knew. He knew. He fucking knew. And I loved that shit when he's like going to Dr. Nicky pretending to be gay.
Yeah.
He's like Ronaldo. His name's Paul. That shit's hilarious. That shit's so funny to me. I love that he was just the way that they tell that story up to that point, because at first you think he's just talking to a therapist.
Yeah.
You think he's just talking to a therapist, and then just slowly throughout the episode it reveals
you see her,
it reveals that like her doctor's name is Dr. Nikki.
Yeah.
And then he says, "Hey, what do you think about that, Dr. Nikki?" And then you're just like, "Oh shit, same doctor."
Yeah.
Oh fuck, he's gonna murder him. And then
So
that's when he starts doing the thing with the letter opener, like he's gonna murder Dr. Nikki, which he probably should have at that point, because his intuition was correct. But
he
fucking
ended
him.
up using him as his frame, right?
Yeah, which she did. She gave him the perfect out.
Yeah.
Because she did that trying to get out of the
she
cage.
Wrote a book about all her interactions with him too, so it seemed credible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so while we're on the side, because we will get to eventually seeing how much of a piece of shit he is, but while we're on the side of defending him, what about the whole cage thing? About his trauma of being trapped in the cage and practically tortured,
but with love. But it's not really. But again, you can see it
better. But it's like how Michael Jackson's dad made people better. It's like,
but even then, like
it's not constructive.
He was already on a path when he was young. You know what I mean? He was already on a certain path.
What do you mean?
His parents were abusive and neglective.
Yeah.
So he was already on a path to something bad.
His parents were abusive? I don't remember them.
His dad would put fucking cigarettes out on him, and his mom would leave him places.
Oh, I do remember his mom. I don't remember the cigarette thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so right from the, it's like starts off torment, torture. His only other mentor.
Yeah, Mr. Mooney.
Him. And so it just makes me kind of always see why he was like that. And it just makes me feel for like that's the only way he knows love deep down as far as he can remember. So it's like when his intentions are in the moments where his intentions are good, it just really makes you kind of forget the other stuff about him.
Yeah.
Which is it's a beautiful character.
Well, especially in that he's such like a good kind of big brother to Paco, to the young boy next door who's abused. Whose mom is abused by Ron. Fucking Ron. Who ends up getting killed. Like he starts off in like once
kind
Benji's gone
style.
Like but once Benji's gone, they just start falling. Like so he got oh man, so he took care of Benji, took his teeth. The teeth come back to bite him. You know what I'm saying? And like, who tells a young kid where you hide shit? Because he's like the best place to put it is above the drop ceiling, above your toilet. And it's like, no, because that's where
he was trying
you
to
keep
hide
your
some,
shit.
Yeah,
that's where you keep your shit. Don't tell people where you keep your shit.
Make
as
up
a place. Yeah, feel like do it over the shower.
Yeah, like it's the next one.
Yeah. Whatever. But even then, like, the fact that so in the end, Beck finds his perv box or his murder box.
Yeah, his keepsakes.
His mementos. But why he kept the phones, I don't know. Like, you never keep the phones, but, like, he finds this cache of shit.
Use it for what? He gets off on reminiscing about it, or, like...
He has a very rich interior life. He fantasizes.
Why is it such a common thing to keep things from your kills and stuff like that?
Yeah, or from your conquest, like when people like take pictures of like their rape victim,
even sexual stuff. Yeah,
it's weird to me.
I mean, really, it just goes to I think it's sentiment, because I'm not very sentimental.
Yeah,
as far as like someone would have to be really consistent.
Like keepsakes.
Yeah. Again, like I don't. Old friends and stuff are like kind of bittersweet to me, just because like, you knew me.
Oh, we know how you feel about friends.
It's just you knew me at a different point in my life, so
I'm not who you think I am anymore.
Yeah. And those people, I feel like, even if they don't try, will keep you in the same place. They won't let you grow because they liked you when you were a different way.
Right. Toby, you gonna come smash the table, brah?
Yeah. It's like, I want to. I guess.
Man, I really wish I
might.
could, but I gave that up. I gave that up a long time ago.
Smash it up. No, I'll still smash the table sometimes. It's got to be natural.
I don't do it on command no more.
Yeah.
No,
I would get bored. I've done that quite a few houses to where I either flipped a table with a bunch of shit on it. I've done that quite a few times of like, it's too quiet and my mind's fucking going crazy. And I'm like Mac when he flips the board or something, I just feel like this is a losing situation. I'm going to fucking rile some shit up.
Yeah.
I would have been a great, like, really young politician, I think. I would have blown people's minds.
I think you would be a really good middle school football coach.
Okay. I'd be mean as fuck. I get those boards strong. I teach the girls team, though.
No, Toby, you can't do that.
You stupid bitches, pick up your feet. You know how hard the men run? That's how you
get
motivate.
out there. I'll teach you how the men run.
Yeah, that's how you motivate. I'll rape y'all.
Oh, my God.
That's how you motivate.
Yeah, that's how you get them running.
Yeah. You don't think our coach in football ever said, I'll bend you over some shit and fuck you. You don't think our coach ever said some shit like that?
Your coach said some shit like that?
That was sports. That's sports, man.
No, it's not.
Dude, they were super fucking mean, aggressive.
That's threat of sexual violence on young
Sexual
boys.
Violence, regular violence, all kinds of violence. That's how you get someone to be like, and even weird shit, it's like they'd know your girlfriend or something. It's like, oh, you think you're getting pussy from Amanda this weekend, huh? It's like, well, I'm going to keep you in my house, tie you up in the basement, make you do spreads all night.
What the fuck? That's
Some
insane that grown men would talk to children that way.
I mean, looking back, that was in middle school.
That's grown men talking to children.
They're probably 35, 40. But, I mean, I do think one of our wrestling coaches ended up in some weird thing. Like, I don't know.
With a guy.
I
With a young
know
boy.
what it was. I think just something happened.
I think he committed suicide in prison.
But no, the football coach I remember that was like that was really funny because he had
it was funny.
He had his son on the team
that he would threaten to rape. And that's funny.
Dude, I mean, shit. It got you scared and you played well.
Oh my God. This adult figure in my life might commit sexual crimes to me.
Yeah.
I better play football better.
It's like if you don't want to see your dad's dick tonight, you better run well.
Toby, I think we need to go talk to a lawyer. I think we need to press some charges, man. Class action lawsuit.
Dude, rape was a common motivator in sports.
Oh my God.
And by the other team, they're gonna bend you over a barrel and make you their bitch. And it's like shit, like that's more common than you think.
That's fucked up.
It is fucked up.
People don't need to talk like that no more.
To children.
Yeah.
I suppose it makes it way worse that we like weren't.
Because how many of those kids on the team that have been sexually assaulted?
Maybe if you're in college and they're screaming at you like that, because that's like some old military shit, right?
I guess it's old military shit or
some homophobic.
Oh, for sure.
Yelling and hazing, shit like that.
Which is super weird because most of these people's their sports that they enjoy are roughly based on old Greek and Roman sports, and they were all butt fuckers.
Yeah.
They were all butt fucking and butt fucking boys.
So when they threatened to rape you after the game, they were real.
Yeah.
Like,
oh my God. How did we get onto that from you? We're still talking about this show.
Well, it's like just to end that.
We were talking about mementos.
Hazing needs to slow the fuck down.
Doesn't need to stop all the way.
I mean, come on. We don't want little. I was about to.
We don't want a generation of pansies.
Yeah. However way you want to take that phrase and make it your own, turn it in your own words that don't offend you. Yeah. What if I was a really offensive comedian and I used that as my beginning? It's like, so if this joke offends you, just take the words you don't like and turn them into something that you would laugh at.
Yeah.
That would work. So the Pakistanis. Just right off the bat, everybody's like, oh shit.
Okay, so it turns out that Candace isn't dead. Okay, so what happens is Joe kills the neighbor's fucking shitty father figure, murders him in the hallway, or no, murders him outside with a knife to the throat, and then gets rid of him. And then he and what's her face Beck break up for a minute because she was displacing shit because he stalked her out to find her cheating on him, but she blew him off. She was like, "This is my friend from college. You don't even understand. Oh, we're through." Yeah. And then she probably went and fucked Dr. Nikki. Like,
well, that's an obvious sign that someone's fucking around if they get real defensive.
Oh yeah,
and then break up with you over you accusing them.
Yeah,
they're probably doing it.
Yeah, and then he finds that out.
Yeah.
So he starts dating another woman, Karen. Was that her name?
I don't remember.
Black lady with the ball and afro.
They dated?
Yeah, they were dating.
Okay.
What's her name? I think it was Karen. Karen.
But was he in love with her? I don't remember her being.
No, because Beck started coming back into his life and trying to be a little bit of a homewrecker, and they're like sexting and shit. And then so he breaks up with her and then runs over to her house and does the whole romantic thing, breaks her fucking window, and is like, "Just tell me you love me. I'm just a man in front of a woman, standing through a broken window. I did it. It's you. We're gonna be together." And she's like, "Get up here." And then they bang and they're back together. But then all of a sudden she gets weirdly interested in his ex-girlfriend. She starts being real naggy, being a real naggy bitch about trying to find his ex-girlfriend. Because she's
trying to find her?
Right. She starts getting uppity because he's like, "I just don't really want to talk about it," or whatever. He's like, there are people that aren't good for you, and you find that out.
Why is she so interested?
I don't remember. Like, it didn't make sense to me why she would become so interested. Because have you ever been that interested in any of your partner's exes, really? Hunt them down, to think that your significant other has killed them to that point? Oh. Because that's what she was thinking. She was thinking that he murdered her. Because this is after the whole Peach thing. We didn't even talk about that. Like, following Peach and Beck out to, like, the country home and the deal with the cop. And because he fucking was in that bad car wreck, split his fucking head wide open.
Yeah.
And, like, got that concussion and started seeing visions of Candace.
Yeah.
Pissed in a jar.
Yeah, he left his piss there.
Yeah.
That's something he brings back up in the second one. It was like...
not going to have another piss jar incident.
So, I don't know.
But then, killing Peach, she shot him. She shot him, and he was able to wrestle the gun away from her and shoot her.
Yeah. Did he chop her up? Or no,
he left it, made it look like a suicide. Yeah. He wrote a very convincing suicide note.
He reads a lot of books.
He reads a lot of books, and he fucking stalks people like no other. I don't know how he does anything else during the day. He's so busy stalking.
It's a hard job.
Yeah, because like Ivy was like,
"You want to be the best."
Ivy was like, "I'd be okay if you were that obsessed with me," and I'd be like, "I would not have enough time in the day."
Oh man, she would not be okay if she would be a murderer.
Just murdering people around her.
Yeah,
just murdering all the people.
Start killing postmen and shit.
Yeah, what? But then fucking Beck finds his hidey hole box because the young boy Paco fucked right up.
Which again, I think sentimental people are a little creepy. I think it can get weird. Like, so if someone again, back to Dennis, guy that keeps tapes or panties or something from all his conquests.
That's weird.
There's something weird about sentimental things, especially when they have to do with traumatic events.
Yeah.
That makes it way worse. But even just regular sentimental ideas, it's it's weird, but even keeping notes from your grandma.
Yeah.
It's that's something I'll try to do.
Burn them.
I'll try to, that's something you'll try to keep, but then lose and then eventually get rid of. But it's even things like that come from an odd place because
Yeah.
the whole idea of sentimentality is to kind of commiserate, right?
For sure.
And it seems unhealthy at its core to be sentimental because everything's fleeting, and that's a way.
Why are you saying it with an upward inflection?
I'm I was being like that. I don't know. Do you feel what I said?
Yeah, I feel what you're saying for
Yeah.
sure. But then he straight up just like knocks her on the back of the head and puts her in his cage.
Yeah. Well, that's when it gets bad.
Because she found out and she wasn't going to be cool with it, and he was going to try to make her cool with it.
Oh,
And-
so that was his plan, was to do like the guy did to him. and,
yeah,
like,
because he was
train
like,
his
use
mind.
this time in here.
Yeah.
He's like, please write, which I get the whole thing, because that was his fucking, that's what he went through. He was like, I became structured. I became
It
analytic.
fixed me.
He's like, it helped. It gave me structure.
And you're like, bro, it didn't fix you.
It
It fucked you up for life.
Yeah,
Like,
it
don't
totally
you
made
see?
you worse.
You
But
should go
then-
to an actual therapist.
But,
sometime.
Okay, but he's got her locked in the cage, and she writes this. She finally gives in a little bit and writes this book about her exploits with Dr. Nikki and how her way to get out is to make it seem like they're now going to frame Dr. Nikki together for all of these murders, for everything. They're going to make
Yeah.
it seem like Dr. Nikki is Joe. But it's all a ruse. She stabs him with some fucking keys from the
She
typewriter.
was just trying to get out.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The whole
Yeah.
time she was only trying to get
Yeah.
out, and then she
'Cause
locks
he's
him in.
crazy.
She locks him in, and then Beck like runs up the stairs to try to get out. Has to come back, get the keys from him. Runs back upstairs to try to get out again, and Paco's there, and she's like, "Paco, let me out," and he's just like, "No," and then like 'cause he's loyal to
loyal.
Joe.
Yeah.
He's loyal as fuck to Joe.
He killed the guy.
Joe
that was
got rid of the
torturing
dude
me.
that was
so-
gonna torture me for life. He's like, Joe is.
Look at that bull.
Joe's awesome. And she's like, I've got Joe down here. He's trapped. I have to get out. And he's like, and then closes the door on her. And then, oh, dude, I love that. I love that Joe is like, because she hits him in the fucking head with a hammer. He's gotten so many headshots.
Yeah.
He's like, I know that's why he's having those visions. Because he keeps having them. Like, that shit broke his brain. Getting hit in the head so many times and already being so stressed out and crazy and not having time to heal.
So what would you diagnose him with?
Oh, he's like, well, since he's always talking to the woman and his internal narration, which is awesome. I love the way that he narrates it. I love that he's not talking to the audience. He's always
Yeah.
talking to the
Because
girl.
that seems cheesy. The fourth wall thing is almost played out too
Yeah.
much.
I love that he's just talking to her in his inner monologue.
Yeah.
Because it just shows his so he's like schizophrenic to a degree, for sure. He's like
I suppose,
schizophrenic, he's
yeah.
obsessive
Paranoid
compulsive,
schizophrenic,
he's
yeah.
obsessive, he's a psychotic obsessive.
Yeah, OCD.
Yeah, he's manic,
Yeah.
but he's also a fucking sociopath because he can hide his
Yeah.
emotions
And he's
very
able
well.
he's able to commit things with,
But he
while
has
feeling that they're
emotions.
moral.
But he has emotions.
That's borderline
That's-
psychopath. Because I think it's psychopath 1 and sociopath, right? Because if he kills these people, but he still has to justify why he did it,
Mm.
that's not sociopathic, right? Because sociopaths would not have to justify it; they wouldn't
Okay.
feel about it.
Okay.
So that seems psychopathic because he's convincing himself that he's doing it for love,
Yeah.
when really he's just trying to control everything in his life.
But it's weird because it is almost for an almost altruistic purpose, almost, because he's just trying to create the perfect path for both of them. Yeah,
Yeah.
for them both to just, because he's still just, he would have been fine living and working in that bookstore for the rest of his life and being with Beck, as long as she wasn't.
But she needed to be happy. She needed to be a writer.
What?
She wanted to be a writer.
He wanted her to be a writer.
Yeah.
And then that's what she got in the end, because
Back in the book.
I love the line of he's like, being locked in this something you learn about being locked in that cage for years, hide a key so you can get out of the goddamn cage. I loved that line
Yeah.
because she runs downstairs and he's like, out of the cage. And she's like, what? How did you? He's like, lesson number 1, bitch. Hide
Yeah.
the key. Damn. You think I don't know? I'm surprised you didn't find it. I'm surprised Benji didn't find it because Benji tore that room to shit.
Yeah. Where'd he hide it? Did it show where he hid it?
No. Could have been in like the chair or something, like sewn into something.
Damn. So he hid one in there while he was kidnapping people just in case.
Yeah.
He kept it in there. I like.
Oh
that.
yeah, that's smart as fuck. Because like you know, you
I'm not
could
gonna
get the
be kept
tables
in
turned on you,
cage.
and what's the first thing they're gonna do? They're gonna put you in the cage that you put them in.
Yeah.
And then boom, out of the cage.
Good magician.
Fucking lock me in this
So
cage.
at the end of season 1, truly, how did you feel about him? So he killed.
He killed her. He killed
Yeah,
Beck. I was stoked. I was glad he killed her.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What?
I was tired of that character, man. She was fucking around on him. And if
Dude,
it's-
you're crazy.
and if I'm
She's
going
just
by
a young woman. She's just a fertile young woman experiencing life. Like
that's
she
not
doesn't
what it's
deserve
about.
to get killed
Yeah, she did. She was going to tell
Why?
on him. She was going to tell.
on a murderer.
Yeah, but we're going from this.
They're not like
We're going from the perspective of the show. Joe is the hero of our show.
she didn't love him though, like he loved her.
Exactly.
So if she loved him the way
Right.
that he did, she wouldn't have told on him.
Right.
Right.
Like, but she was making it
wasn't,
seem
and it's
like.
not her fault that she wasn't in love with some fucking crazy dude.
Well, fuck, man. Then you get killed by the crazy dude. That's what happened in the show.
No.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened in the show. So
No.
that's the logic we go. You have to go with the logic within the show because it's already happened. It's definite. Like he killed her. Like
why do you think he's the hero in the show?
the show is about him. He's the hero of the show.
He's the star of the show. I wouldn't say the hero.
No, they
He's
they
a
frame it.
murderer.
No, they frame it like that's why you care about him.
Well, that's what I was gonna ask. At the end, you took home
He's the protagonist.
that yeah,
He's not the antagonist.
yeah.
Like the antagonist.
Oh,
in
I
the
know it I get from the perspective of the show. I'm saying what you took home from it.
was what?
It's weird that we're on each other's sides. Like I'm how you're speaking about this about real scenarios. For some reason, this one I'm bothered that you're not that you're like
That I don't feel for Beck being murdered.
yeah.
I didn't like her. I thought she was a
That
hoe.
she doesn't deserve murder just because she doesn't know herself.
She was gonna go tell on Joe, and my loyalties lie with Joe. Call me Paco, bitch.
I'm just saying, like,
I will shut that door on Beck for Joe every time.
you would only tell people that it's just different. I would expect someone that if I was in the situation,
Yeah.
I'd probably kill him too because it's like I understand the actual root of it is like they're not ride or die. I have a choice to make. Do I want to live or do I need them to live? I get that. I get that on a deep level. But I do not. I still feel for Beck's character, and she should have just been able to move on with her life and learn.
Right. She should have left him alone when he left her alone. Remember when they broke
She's
up?
tortured too, and she's finding her own ways to deal with it. And it's like she shouldn't have got murdered for it. For not knowing herself. Like I love how you're being weirdly. This is like the first time we've truly got along.
She got what was coming to her, Toby.
I love it. I'm just like, damn.
When you understand the flow of cinema, it makes
And
sense.
so by that logic, you should be dead. Correct?
To a degree, yeah, but so should you.
Well, that's why I'm defending this person. So, have some love for yourself.
But I have some love for myself. But I see the parts of me
I
that are in
should've
that,
died.
and then I see the parts of me that are in Joe. So,
I mean, I respect him, but I do not see the parts that in him in myself. Like as far as
okay. So how do you feel about the very end?
Let's compare ourselves.
Dude, how do
to
you feel
Joe.
about Ethan? How do you feel about Ethan? His homeboy that helps him run the bookstore. I loved him. He's great.
Yeah.
He's fucking incredible.
He seems chill.
Yeah, he was great. Let's see here.
I mean, what I don't understand about him is again, I would have just moved on.
Yeah. Zach Cherry.
Like it weirdly, as much of a no. I'm an obsessive lover in a way. You know, it's like not an obsessive lover, but I'm an easily tamed lover. You know, and so like it just kind of seems like
So you're easy to get locked down.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like if I really love someone, I just stop thinking about other stuff.
Yeah.
Like, and it's just like, all right, got that done. Got the pussy.
Yeah.
It's in my life. That's always what I needed. Like, why complicate it? You know? And so I do kind of feel for the obsessive love because if you're already locked down, like you said, and then something happened, I could go crazy. And now I'm starting to feel for him. It's like, yeah, if I thought everything was cool and right in the world,
Yeah.
and some shit was going on behind my back and made me look like a fool, because I've been made to look like a fool plenty of times.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's not a feeling I like, and I react bigger to it every time it happens. And so, like, yeah, I can totally see me killing some people.
Right. So how do you feel about Candace just straight up coming back?
Well, again, I don't think a lot of these people deserve to die, is my point. Like, in my scenario, when I put myself in it and it was something personal, I could probably justify it my own way. But
Right.
in these, from the outsider's view, I don't really see how they deserve to die. Like, he was gonna lose it, but I mean, he kind of fucked up. So, like, he's either gonna have to run further away and be smarter, or, you know, his idea is follow through. Like, just clean
Right.
up. But still, I think they should have been let go.
But good
and
on
he,
him
like,
for actually
moves out
framing
of the
Dr.
country.
Nikki. Like going and
Yeah, he's a
burying
piece
her
of shit,
at
dude.
Dr. Nikki's.
Yeah. He's a piece of shit, so.
Yeah, fuck you, John Stamos.
But shouldn't have killed this girl.
I think it's totally fine.
Like, almost all the other murders are okay with me.
Yeah, but not Beck. The people.
No, I don't. You can't kill the one you love. You let them move on.
But
You let them live.
Moving on is
That's not
putting
true
him
love.
away.
True love is letting them live, though, even if you have to sacrifice for it, right?
But
And
he had
was not
already.
willing-
He had sacrificed enough, Toby.
you can never sacrifice enough if it's real love, right?
Well, by his logic, you're right. Maybe he should have let her go by his
That's
own
what I'm
logic.
saying.
But he
it's
didn't!
fucked up.
But he
that
didn't.
He even would touch these girls. If he truly was the person that we're supposed to see as a hero, he would have killed everyone but them. He would take the whole world down for them. But even if they crushed him, he would have let them live. That's the type of passion and love that we grew to love him for, right? It's contradicting that he would touch her. And so I didn't like the ending.
But he had already...
He should have. That shouldn't have been the ending. He should have gone on a mass murdering spree.
But
for
see,
her,
this
and
is
she-
not the first time he's done this, though. This is because it happened with Candace. Candace
So he
was the
tries
first
to
time.
kill everyone around him to control him, and if it doesn't,
But
work,
I
he
wonder
kills
why
them.
we still haven't
Let's
seen.
just look at his scheme, right?
Okay,
So he tries to kill everyone around him, control the situation, so they love him. If they say no, he kills them.
right.
That's what happens every time, right? And he puts them in this scenario.
Well, the
to say
only
yes.
reason he killed her was because she
And
found
you can't
out.
kill people that say no to you. That's what I'm
She
saying.
found out. That is the difference. The difference is that she found out everything. She found out the shit
But again,
and didn't
true
cope
love
with
will
it.
conquer.
She didn't love him, so kill him.
Man, I wish you had seen the end of the second one because there's some callbacks and things
Yeah,
that I want to talk about, and I'm gonna wait.
yeah.
I'm gonna wait.
We need to, because I'm only like halfway through the second season. So next week we'll talk about season 2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but because I want to get more into like his character and like I don't know if I feel for him as much. You know.
No. Well, that first bit of the second season really fucked me up, but we can talk about that later.
Okay, we can start the second season later.
Yeah. So, you I mean it's an hour and a half. You want to call it?
Sure.
All right.
That was a tight one.
Yeah. Love you guys. Check us out next week. Hit us up on all the socials. You know what it is and who we are and what it does. And yeah, check out us next week.
We'll see you next week.